Honourable Dame Cindy Kera, Governor-General of New Zealand, and Dr. Richard Davis.
Ko te amorangi ki mua, ko te hāpai o ki muri. Kia tau iho ona mana ki tanga ki runga ki tēnā o tātou. He hōnore he kroria he mau ngārongo ki runga ki te mata o te whenua e whakaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. Arohaina ngā te ina, me ngā tuakana e noho nei, ki rungi te whakaro ko tahi pai mai.
Please be seated. E ngā mana, e ngā reo, e ngā iwi o ngā hau e whā, tēnei aku mihi mahana ki o koutou, nau mai, hara mai, ki tēnei whare. Distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Christchurch Town Hall for today's investiture ceremony. Please let the little one run around freely and yell all she likes. I'd like to specifically acknowledge the Honourable Matt Ducey, Minister of the Crown, Mr Joe Harawira, our kaumātua, and Mrs Rānui Ngārimu, our kuia. Hosting investiture ceremonies is one of the most important duties I perform on behalf of His Majesty, the King of New Zealand. I'm delighted to bring together such an extraordinary group of New Zealanders. You have each brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to Aotearoa New Zealand through your outstanding achievements and your service to our communities. On behalf of all New Zealanders, I extend my sincerest thanks for your contributions. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you to join with me in congratulating them. Ms. Catriona McLeod will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Emeritus Professor Alison Cree of Dunedin for services to herpetology, particularly tuatara. Emeritus Professor Alison Cree is a leading zoologist and herpetology expert. She helped found the Society for Research on Amphibians and Reptiles in New Zealand, serving as President, Vice President, Treasurer, Secretary and Council member during her 34-year involvement. She wrote the book Tuatara, Biology and Conservation of a Venerable Survivor. She's published more than 135 scientific papers and contributed to more than 100 reports, magazine articles and presentations. She provided leadership in coordinating the transfer of tuatara from Cook Strait into the care of Kati Huirapa Runaka ki Pukiteraki of Kaitahu. She's a member of the Department of Conservation's Tuatara Recovery Group and co-authored the first Tuatara Recovery Plan. As a member of the university's Kaiawhina Māori Network, Professor Cree has run multiple workshops and training sessions. Emeritus Professor Alison Cree, please come forward. Ms. Lisa Tumahai of Hokitika for Services to Māori Development. Lisa Tumahai, Ngāi Tahu, Tainui, Ngāti Hikairo, Ngāti Kahangunu, has been the chair of Te Runanga o Ngāi Tahu since 2016, contributing to Māori health and development and climate change efforts. She previously served as the deputy chair and has led Te Runanga o Ngāi Tahu through challenging times, including the COVID-19 pandemic, growing the Tribal Council towards climate-friendly decisions and strategies. She's a board member of Potini Waiora, a Māori health and social service provider, delivering holistic care across Te Tai o Potini. She is the director of Arahura Holdings, a commercial company located on the West Coast, with a portfolio of property, forestry and tourism. Ms. Tumahai served as deputy chair of the Interim Climate Change Committee before becoming deputy chair of the Climate Change Commission. Ms. Lisa Tumahai, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Don Mortensen of Christchurch for services to the prevention of sexual harm. Don Mortensen established STOP, an intervention service to end harmful sexual behaviour, and was its founding CEO for more than 30 years, building a team of more than 40 skilled clinicians. He ensured that the clinical teams had training and support to provide interventions based on the latest research. He led the development of numerous regional programs across the South Island. He initiated and negotiated a national sector relationship, the Trinity Alliance, with Safe Network in the Upper North Island and WellStop in the Lower North Island. He was committed to providing services for Māori and Pacific clients and ensured staff undertake development in te reo Māori and Māori models of health. Mr. Mortensen has presented for STOP at numerous international conferences. Mr. Don Mortensen, please come forward. Your Excellency, To receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Phil Humphreys of Kaiapoi for services to people with disabilities and sport. Phil Humphreys has supported people with physical disabilities on a voluntary basis for 40 years, having become a quadriplegic in 1982. He was a Parafed Canterbury Board member and chairperson. A former Navy physical training instructor, he's assisted people with disabilities wanting to take up sport and trained disabled athletes. He helped to bring wheelchair rugby to New Zealand and organize the 2006 Wheelchair Rugby World Championships. He has given talks and demonstrations at schools and visited new patients at Burwood Spinal Unit. He was a trustee and chairperson of Paraloan, assisting people with disabilities with low-interest loans. Mr. Humphreys was a member of Waimakariri Access Committee. Mr. Phil Humphreys, please come forward. Mr. Corey Peters of Wanaka for services to sit skiing. Corey Peters has represented New Zealand in sit skiing since 2011, having sustained a crushed spinal cord in 2009. He won gold in the men's adaptive sit ski event at the Paris Snowboard Winter Games at Cardrona Alpine Resort in 2011. He won silver and bronze at the Paralympic Winter Games in Sochi and Pyeongchang. He won the overall Super G Crystal Globe in 2016 and claimed world titles in downhill and Super G and a silver medal in the giant slalom at the 2015 IPC Alpine Skiing World Championships. Mr. Peters won gold at the 2022 Beijing Paralympics in the men's downhill sitting event and silver in the men's Super G sitting event. Mr. Corey Peters, please come forward. Mrs. Helen Rasmussen of Hokitika for services to Maori and conservation. Helen Rasmussen co-initiated formation of Te Runanga o Makawhio, bringing together more than 350 hapu members to form the Runanga within Ngaitahu, and served as founding secretary, chairperson, executive member, and representative on the Development West Coast Board. She has held several environmental and cultural rights and interest memberships on various committees and organizations. She is Tangata Tiaki, managing local customary fish harvesting. She's a trustee of Kaupapa Taiao Trust and Taumaka Me Popotai and Bruce Bay Maori Beach through Ahu Whenua Trust. She's a member of the Southwestland Economic Community Action Group. Mrs. Rasmussen has held numerous volunteer and organizer roles within her community. Mrs. Helen Rasmussen, please come forward. Mr. Paul Reti of Pegasus for services to Jiu-Jitsu. Paul Reti, Napui, co-established Fuji Ryo Goshindo New Zealand and was a jiu-jitsu instructor holding a black belt before becoming head of style. He opened 3 clubs in the Christchurch region, teaching at Christchurch Arts Centre and the Open Polytechnic. Between 1972 and 2020, he has been promoted from 1st Dan to 9th Dan. He's one of the first generation of Fuji Ryo members to be graded black belt in New Zealand and has led the organization for more than 20 years. He has trained more than 35 black belts across New Zealand. Mr. Reti teaches at national seminars and provides tuition and examiner services to several clubs. Mr. Paul Reti, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the Queen's Service Medal, Mr. Alan Kerr of Fairlie for services to music. Alan Kerr trained as a teacher before establishing several school choirs in Otago and Southland. He organized 2 music festivals. He was head of the Department of Music at Fairlie High School and Mackenzie College for over 20 years. He helped establish the Young Performers Concert. He has been musical director for a number of musical productions by the Mackenzie Theatre Group. He conducts the Midland Choir, a community choir in Timaru, which fundraises for charity through its musical performances. Mr. Kerr serves on the Mackenzie Cooperating Parish Committee and was on the Fairlie Community Board for 3 terms. Mr. Alan Kerr, please come forward. Mr. Brian McCandless of Te Anau for services to the community. Brian McCandless is chairman of the Fiordland Retirement Housing Trust and helped establish the Murchison Villas Retirement Village in Te Anau. He is president of Te Anau Bowling Club and led fundraising and planning for a club rebuild. He initiated and fundraised for Te Anau Boating Club's installation of a personal hoist for disabled sailors. He was on the Marakura Yacht Club Committee and coached the children's Learn to Sail program. He was a founding committee member and later president of the Fiordland Probus Club. As president of the local bridge club, Mr. McCandless guided the transition to computer-based systems. Mr. Brian McCandless, please come forward. Ms. Karen McClintock of Timaru for services to the community. Karen McClintock is employed providing in-home care for people with complex conditions, high needs, paraplegics, tetraplegics, and traumatic brain injuries. She is treasurer of Special Olympics South Canterbury and the Temuka RSA. She organized the inaugural Temuka Community Christmas dinner at the RSA. She helped establish a parent-to-parent group and a peer support group for people with depression and anxiety. She coordinates the South Canterbury Women's Peer Support Group. She volunteers for Cancer Society, Breast Cancer Foundation, and South Canterbury Hospice Street Appeal fundraisers. Ms. McClintock was involved with Rural Women, St. John, and Temuka Volunteer Fire Brigade. Ms. Karen McClintock, please come forward. Ms. Glenys Scandrett of Dunedin for services to dance. Glenys Scandrett has been a classical ballet dancer, choreographer, and teacher for more than 65 years. She was elected Associate of the Royal Academy of Dance. She co-founded Green Island Rhythmical Gymnastics Club. She was a judge and coach for New Zealand and assistant coach of the New Zealand team at the Rhythmical Gymnastics World Games. She was the principal tutor for the Fortune Theatre Ballet School. She opened Scandrett Dance Academy in Invercargill and was elected as the examiner for the British Ballet Organisation. Ms. Scandrett organised the Otago and Southland Dance Reunion in 2018. Ms. Glenys Scandrett, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture has concluded.
New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it has been a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of fellow New Zealanders. In doing so, you embody the spirit of the whakatauki that says, manaaki whenua, manaaki tangata, haere whakamua. Care for the land, care for the people, and go forward. I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity, except maybe when you're doing jiu-jitsu, and knowing that you inspire others by example. On behalf of the King of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements, and I thank you again for your service to our country. Kia ora, uhuhui mai nei I tēnei rā. Now you will see on the back of your program the words to the national anthem in Te Reo Māori and in English. I now invite you to stand with me and join in singing the anthem.